So our main focus here at Troll Eye Security is proactive and adversarial solutions. I founded Troll Eye Security in 2019. Prior to starting Troll Eye, I spent about 3 years building out Command Center. That's our uh, main tool that we use. Originally was mainly was focused on pen testing management, but it's definitely grown a lot since the original inception. Um, During that time, I also spent those 3 years as an application security engineer at one of the largest health information exchanges. And my job there was to to basically make sure application security happened within the life cycle. The only bad thing was I was the only guy and only person there, and we had about 150 developers. So uh, very daunting task, and I ended up doing a lot of automation, working with a lot of tools that they had. And then what I would do is come home at night and actually develop the same kind of structure, but without those tools, and built it using Python, Django, Golang, tools like that. So before Troll Eye, before even working for this enterprise, I spent about 16 years working for Cisco VARs, value-added resellers. Got my CCIE in 2007, and so my focus was heavily in network security, doing a lot of firewalls, IPS, WAF installs. Um, and while I was studying for my CCIE, I would test IPS solutions, mainly Cisco IPS solutions, making sure that they would actually work. So I started using a tool called, at the time, it was Backtrack Linux. That's now Kali Linux. But I ended up kind of figuring out how to do exploitations through IPS because I wanted to make sure that it was actually stopping this stuff. And lo and behold, it actually didn't. A lot of, and that's when I kind of realized that Cisco wasn't much of a security company. Started using Snort IPS to test that, and this free IPS would actually stop attacks a lot better than the 40, $50,000 Cisco IPS. So, um, and at that same around that same time, I kind of uh, discovered that penetration testing was an actual career option. I didn't know it at the time, but it was, and so started kind of migrating into that field, learning how to use the pen test execution standards. Kind of discovered how the proper way of doing pen testing. Um, and so it was about 2008 um, when I really kind of kicked the network security aspect of my career off or out and started doing network pen testing. About 2010, I really wanted to become an expert pen tester, and so I learned how to build web applications, mainly because I realized when I was doing the network installs, everything that I was opening up to the web was applications, web applications, and so I saw at the time that that was going to be, some of the most vulnerable aspects of the organization outside of the end users. So I started learning how to build web applications, so I could understand it better and know how to actually attack them. Um, all of our pen testers and analysts, they're all heavily certified OSCP, OSWE, PNPT, GWAP, GPEN. Um, so that's from our organization perspective. We're very focused on um, being able to basically be the expert for your offensive security needs. At Trolleye, we have four pillars of cybersecurity. We focus on continuous penetration testing, dark web analysis, DevSecOps as a service, which is what we're talking about today. And one of the latest services that we've started offering is managed SIEM with a focus on purple teaming. Um, we have a lot of integrations using Command Center into things like AWS, Palo Alto, Fortinet, Cisco, Google Cloud, GitHub, GitLab. A lot of the usual suspects that are within the development and cybersecurity range.